What is a definition? In the context of logical reasoning, a definition is a statement that precisely and unambiguously explains the meaning of a term or concept. It is a fundamental tool used to clarify the understanding of specific words or ideas and establish a common language for communication and reasoning. Key characteristics of a definition in logical reasoning. Clarity. A definition should be clear and easy to understand, leaving no room for confusion or ambiguity. Uniqueness. A well-constructed definition should be unique to the term it defines, ensuring that it distinguishes the term from other related concepts. Objectivity. In logical reasoning, definitions aim to be objective and free from personal bias. Consistency. Definitions should be consistent and not contradict established meanings of other terms. A definition is a statement that explains the meaning of a word or concept. A definition can be formal, informal, technical, or conversational. Types of definitions in logic. Formal definition. It is the definition which we generally see in the dictionary for a book, describing some particular characteristics of a concept, things, or phenomenon. A formal definition is based upon a concise, logical pattern that includes as much information as it can within a minimum amount of space. The use of formal definitions helps to ensure that the reasoning and analysis are clear, rigorous, and consistent, and helps to avoid ambiguity or confusion. Informal definition. Informal definitions are often more relatable and easier to understand than formal definitions, but they may not be as precise or accurate. Not strict adherence to formal rules. Extended definition. An extended definition is a detailed and thorough explanation of a particular term, concept, or idea. It is often used in academic or technical writing to clarify complex ideas. Lexical definition. A lexical definition, also known as a dictionary definition, aims to explain the meaning of a word or term by using other words that are already understood. It provides the most common and accepted meaning of a word as found in dictionaries or linguistic references. Lexical definitions are useful for establishing a common understanding of terms in communication and discourse. Use for academic or scientific purposes. Stipulative definition. A stipulative definition assigns a specific meaning to a word or term, which may be different from its common or traditional usage. It is often introduced for the purpose of discussing a specific topic or subject, and its usage is limited to that particular context. Stipulative definitions are frequently used in technical fields and specialized areas of study. Purposely created for a specific context. Used to clarify or give a unique meaning to a term. Precising definition. A precising definition is used to eliminate vagueness and ambiguity from a term, especially when it may have multiple interpretations. It provides additional details and specific criteria to narrow down the meaning of a term in a particular context. Precising definitions are helpful when precise boundaries are needed to avoid misunderstandings or misinterpretations. The definition may use emotional appeals, evidence, and logical arguments to support its position. Persuasive definition. A persuasive definition is a type of definition that aims to influence or sway the audience's perception or attitude towards a particular concept or term. A persuasive definition is subjective in nature and reflects the speaker's or writer's personal bias or agenda. It may present a term in a favorable or unfavorable light, depending on the intended persuasive effect. Purpose is to sway opinions or beliefs. Parenthetical definition. A parenthetical definition, also known as an explanatory or clarifying definition, is a type of definition that provides additional information or context about a word or term within parentheses. It provides additional information to the reader and is often used to define a term that may be unfamiliar or uncommon. Parenthetical definitions are typically brief and to the point, aiming to provide the necessary information without overshadowing the main text or discussion. Used in written text. Sentence definition. A sentence definition is a definition of a word or phrase expressed in the form of a sentence. It aims to convey the meaning of the term in a clear and straightforward manner, using precise language and minimal words. It highlights the essential characteristics or attributes that define the term, providing a core understanding of the concept. Provides the understanding of a word or concept in a sentence. Intention definition. This type of definition is used to clarify the intended use or meaning of a word or concept. It is the internal cognitive process that drives a person to engage in certain actions or pursue particular goals. Intentions are goal-oriented and involve a deliberate decision to achieve a specific outcome.
Ostensive definition. Ostensive definitions are commonly used to define concrete objects, such as physical objects or actions, as they provide an immediate and direct way of grasping their meaning. It involves using visible demonstrations or real-life illustrations to clarify the meaning of a term, making it more understandable and tangible for the audience. Ostensive definitions are informal in nature and are commonly used in everyday language and informal communication. Uses real-life objects or actions to show meaning. What is axiom? An axiom is a fundamental and self-evident proposition or statement that serves as a starting point for reasoning and is accepted as true without the need for proof. In mathematics, logic, and other formal systems, axioms are the building blocks upon which all other propositions and theorems are derived. Key characteristics of axioms. Self-evident truth. Axioms are considered to be intuitively true and do not require further justification or proof. Universal applicability. Axioms are universally applicable within the scope of the system for which they are defined. They hold true for all instances and scenarios covered by that system. An axiom is a self-evident truth that is considered to be universally accepted without the need for proof. Axioms are not based on evidence or proof, but are simply assumed to be true. In various fields of study, such as logic and philosophy, different types of axioms serve as the fundamental assumptions or principles from which other statements and theorems are derived. In the next slide there are some common types of axioms. Logical axioms, also known as logical postulates, these axioms establish the fundamental rules of inference and reasoning in a logical system. They form the basis for deductive reasoning and govern the manipulation of logical expressions. Examples include the law of identity, A is A, and the law of non-contradiction, A is not non-A. Mathematical axioms. Mathematical axioms define the fundamental properties of numbers, sets, and geometric shapes. They serve as the building blocks for mathematical theories. Geometric axioms. These axioms establish the fundamental properties of geometric figures and space. Physical axioms. In physics, axioms represent the basic laws or principles that govern the behavior of the physical universe. Set theory axioms. Set theory axioms define the foundational principles of set theory, which is the study of collections of objects. Ethical axioms. In ethics and moral philosophy, ethical axioms are foundational principles that guide ethical reasoning and decision-making. Logical axioms in computer science. In computer science, axioms are used to define the rules of formal languages, such as programming languages or logical systems. They provide the underlying rules for computation and program evaluation. Definitations versus axioms. Definition and axiom are both terms used in the context of explaining the meaning of a word or concept. An axiom, on the other hand, is a self-evident truth that is considered to be universally accepted without the need for proof. Sample questions on definitions in logical reasoning for UCNET aspirants. A definition used to evoke emotions or influence attitudes is known as a. Lexical definition, persuasive definition, stipulative definition, theoretical definition. Answer: persuasive definition. Explanation: a persuasive definition is put forward to influence emotions or attitudes and may not necessarily adhere to the standard meaning of the term. A definition that assigns a specific meaning to a symbol or term is called a. lexical definition, persuasive definition, stipulative definition, theoretical definition. Answer: stipulative definition. Explanation: stipulative definitions are used to assign specific meanings to symbols or terms for particular contexts or discussions. When the conclusion of an argument follows conclusively from its premises, it is known as a. circular argument, inductive argument, deductive argument, analogical argument. Answer: deductive argument. Explanation: deductive arguments lead to conclusions that necessarily follow from their premises, ensuring a conclusive relationship. Which type of definition aims to provide precision and clarity in the meaning of a term? A. lexical definition, persuasive definition, stipulative definition, precision definition. Answer: precision definition. Explanation: precision definitions are used to provide clear and specific meanings of terms, especially in technical contexts. A definition that aims to present the standard or dictionary meaning of a term is called a. lexical definition, persuasive definition, stipulative definition, standard definition. Answer: lexical definition. Explanation: lexical definitions attempt to capture the standard, dictionary, or commonly accepted meaning of a term.